Hello, everyone. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever you are. A heap of thanks to each of you for making this podcast a highly success. Because of your love and affection, we have traveled our journey till today. Today, we have got a wonderful guest, Nicole Harvick. Before I give a introduction about her, may I request all of you to give a big round of applause for our lovely speaker, Nicole. Nicole, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Here is a small introduction that I have about you, and it says that meet Nicole Harvick, your forgiveness expert and spiritual wisdom mentor. Nicole Harvick is a renowned quantum energy healer and forgiveness expert who has dedicated her life to helping others on their healing journey. With over 10 years of personal healing experience, Nicole has developed a deep understanding of power of forgiveness and immense impact it has on our lives. With this much, Nicole, once again, may I invite you to say a few words and start this podcast. Nicole, platform is yours. Please.
Absolutely. I am I am very excited to start this podcast because I'm so passionate about what I do. And forgiveness is and has been a huge part of my life because
Mhm.
it's the first step in healing. It really is. And the reason I know that is I was going through a very hard divorce over 10 years ago.
Ooh.
And yes, it was devastating to me. We'd been married 25 years. And I knew I needed to heal myself. I knew I was very hurt. So I started taking classes and I became a Reiki master. I became a
Mhm.
sound healer. I became a cellular memory expert. And I learned everything at that point just to help myself. And I noticed that I was getting better, but I wasn't doing great. There was really something missing. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I started researching, started trying to figure this out. What it was forgiveness. I wasn't
Mhm.
practicing forgiveness, neither for myself or forgiving my
Mhm.
ex husband. Once I started using forgiveness every night, I just noticed things started to melt away. The anger started to leave me, the animosity left, the pain started leaving. And it's not an overnight process at all.
Right.
But I did start to notice changes. Before my hair was falling out, started growing back, scratching my skin. I stopped doing that. And little by little, I started coming back into that person I used to be before I had to go through that divorce. So truly, forgiveness is your first step on your healing journey.
Mhm. Great. Perfect. Perfect. I remember one of my sisters who had a case in the court, and every time the opponent person used to come, she used to see that gentleman with all enmity and hatred. Whereas the way you said, she started changing herself, and just after a few days, it worked. That man got changed. The case got completed, and that was in the favor of my sister. Yes, it was
Oh,
really
that's
lovely.
that's wonderful because what happens is if we
Hmm.
don't clear that trauma,
Mhm.
or if we don't settle up with it and release it from our body, it is
Yeah.
going to cause a disease. You're at dis-ease
Hmm.
with your body and it will make you sick. So I'm happy for your
Oh,
sister. Yes.
very correct. Very correct. Well, Nicole, you have already told something, but still, I would like to repeat the same. As you said that your journey into becoming a forgiveness expert spans over a decade, transforming your own life before helping others. So please share with us what drew you to become a forgiveness expert.
The first thing you have to do to become a forgiveness expert is understand that forgiveness is for you. It's for no one else
Hmm.
but you. And a lot of
Okay.
people don't understand that. What they think
Hmm.
they're doing is they're giving a pass to the person that either harmed them, cheated on them, talked behind their back. And what is happening is that it's not for that person it's at all, because you're carrying so much pain inside your
Hmm.
body based on
Right.
how someone has harmed you. And it's not always the man doing it to the woman, it can be the woman doing it to the man as well. But you don't even have to talk to that person. You don't have to interact with that person any longer. You don't have to ever see them again. What you're doing is healing the inside of yourself. So you
Hmm.
don't have to carry that burden or that pain or that fear that has come and lodged inside your body based on what harm that person did to you. You're not condoning their act, you're just getting rid of it for you. It's always about you.
Very correct. Charity begins from home. You should start
Yes.
with yourself. Very
Yes.
right. I remember, Nicole, there is a lady to whom I said that before you start forgiving others from your mind and from your heart, it is better that you start forgiving yourself. And to forgive yourself, I said that to make yourself happy, see that your body is strong enough, see that you eat good food, see that you have good sleep, see that you read good books, see that you think of good thoughts. Once you are strong enough physically and mentally, then only the forgiveness will become more easier, better, and effective. What do you say?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm,
And once you do practice forgiveness, an
mm.
interesting thing happens is you really start to love yourself. And
Ah,
that was something I really didn't understand, that I could do that. I had my
mhm,
two children. I loved them, loved my family, my parents, my brothers. I even loved my dog, but I never thought of it in terms as I can love myself. And what I realized is when I did my work, looked in the mirror and started telling myself, I love you, it just
mhm,
opened up my heart. It is really heart expansive when you start doing that. But the amazing thing is exactly what you're talking about. You realize
mhm,
you do have love for yourself, and you
mhm,
start getting that sleep you need. You start, working out to remain healthy, eating well. So all those
mhm.
things you just spoke about, that's a form of self-love. And that's what I realized is for a long time I wasn't taking care of myself like I should.
Ah,
Yeah, right? I was putting other people first. I wasn't
mm,
I wasn't recharging me, because we're kind of, as women, sometimes we are conditioned to put everyone else first but us. And it dawned on me that I needed to be healthy. I needed to be happy. And I show up better. I show up healthier. I show up with energy, and I show up with that love that I want to help everyone else understand how important each and every one of us are, that we deserve that. We deserve to be healthy mentally and physically.
very correct, very correct. Yes, I remember I was talking about the lady. She literally was punishing herself. She won't eat good food. She won't have sleep, and just she kept on crying. I think that was the worst part, that she was torturing herself. And as you said, you need to power yourself. And I think because of that only, you have learned Reiki. So you are the one who was a Reiki master at the same time. You are the sound therapy practitioner. You are master in multiple healing modalities in your practice. Please tell us, how did your healing journey begin, and how you are continuing, how you are working on them, please.
And Reiki is so important because that's universal energy. That is energy from source. And everybody has trauma in their body. Everybody somewhere, even if it's stuck in your subconscious. Well, when you're doing Reiki, you are moving that
Mhm,
old energy out so you can put new energy in. That really helps a person lessen their load. You know, dense energies you can feel, it slows you down, it makes you sluggish. But when you remove those and you call in the energy from the universe and start infusing that in someone's body, they're going to feel so much better. And when
mhm,
I couple that with tuning forks and
mhm,
sound healing. Now, if you think about what was said, energy, frequency, and vibration. Tesla, the inventor, said if you understood those three things, you'd understand the magic of the universe. Well, what it does, it is also raises your frequency to a higher vibration, and
ah,
and you can feel it inside of your body. You can
mhm,
feel yourself resonate more with certain things. A lot of times, I hate to say this, but sometimes people are just walking zombies. You know, they get up, they they eat breakfast, they go to work, they come home, and do it all
mhm,
over again. And that's really not living. Whereas when you're taking care of yourself and flushing your body of old energies, reinserting new, you've got these sounds, and you can put those on your body and you can feel it go through your body. And when you start feeling that high vibration, you're energetic. You want to start the day. You want to do
mhm.
good things. You want to get out there and exercise, which everything is that you're caring for yourself so much better than just someone that goes through the day by muscle memory.
Ah,
They're existing. I want you to live.
very right. I want to believe, yes. You said something about tuning forks, vibration, energy, and all those things. So it's not only because for the sake of saying you have said, but at the same time you have practiced it. And there is a special work that you have done, which I have come to know is, Nicole, you have incorporated the ancient Hawaiian forgiveness technique. You have named it as Hoponopo to help people release emotional burdens. We would love to know that. Could you please explain Hoponopo in simple terms, please?
Yes, and Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian forgiveness practice. And if
Mm-hmm.
you've ever been to the islands, and I've been there a lot, the Hawaiian
Oh,
people are very peaceful. They don't argue. They're a lot of times, I don't know, in America we have fights break out. It's really awful, but these people are very calm, they're very logical, and they don't like to create turmoil. So Ho'oponopono is used in the families. If there's a
mm-hmm.
disagreement, they don't let it fester. They call the whole family together. And first of all, they talk about it. But what Ho'opono is, it's four mantras. And it's I
Mm-hmm.
love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And you're using it for yourself. You're forgiving yourself for maybe hurting someone else. You're thanking them for allowing you to create this peacefulness within the family. Thank you. We have so much to be thankful for, and so often we don't take even just a moment to look around and see how blessed we are, and that creates gratitude. And I
Right.
love you, of course. Love is a very high vibration. It vibrates at 500. So if you start using the word love and interject that into sentences, or just put it in your heart and tell yourself, Nicole, I love you. You're raising your vibration that way as well. And it is probably the simplest method I know to help you heal and to help you heal others.
Nicole, please repeat that 4 steps. First, I've already written it. I love you. I think second one is.
And it can be stated any way. It doesn't matter. I love you. I'm sorry.
Then, okay.
Please forgive me.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Wow.
Those are words of such gratitude. Those are words that people do not use enough of, especially I love you. And, you need to start saying it to yourself. You really
Mhm.
need to embed that in your heart, the love for yourself. Because until you love yourself, you're really not loving anyone else adequately.
Correct. Correct. Very correct. Yes.
Mhm.
My daughter used to, when I came to Melbourne from India, I was a bit upset. And every time my daughter used to say, Papa, please count your blessings, count your blessings, count your blessings. God has given you more than enough, more than your capacity, more than your ability. What else you need? So
Oh,
you are right. You are right.
she's correct too, because
Mhm.
a lot of times blessings aren't tangible things. They're not things we
Ah,
hold. Blessings are our health. Blessings are
mhm.
our family being healthy. Blessings are having family around. Blessings
Right?
are having clean water. I mean, if you want to really compare, and I'll use the United States, we're probably one of the most blessed countries, but we're the
Mhm.
most ungrateful country as well. We take that for granted, where if you look around, there are some countries that don't have clean water, you know.
Yes.
And to me, it's like I don't need a purse for me to be in gratitude. I don't need, a fancy car to have gratitude. I want
Oh.
my gratitude to be I'm
Hmm.
healthy, my children are
Mhm.
healthy, my
Mhm.
86-year-old dad is still healthy. That to
Mhm.
me is what means something. Something that you can really take inside of you, embed in your heart, and be grateful that as you look around, you have so much more than a lot of people.
Very correct. Very correct. As you said that gratitude doesn't mean that me only, but it also includes your family, your surrounding. Perfect.
My
Because
dog,
here,
he includes my
yes,
dog. I include everybody in
yes, yes,
gratitude.
yes. Because I know our neighbor, literally, she got upset only because her pet was sick, and then she was literally feeling very bad. And once the pet got recovered, then immediately she was so happy. So the family is the one need to involve everyone in the family. Yes,
Yeah,
very right.
and the more you have an understanding of that, it
Hmm.
makes it real easy, because what happens when you do love yourself and you are vibrating higher, you have no need for ego anymore. And ego
Oh,
is can be really um, hurtful to some people, our ego that we have. And one of the things I've learned is I've integrated it into self. I don't need
hmm.
it, because I no longer, self-love will take you to this. I don't judge people. I do not care to argue. Your opinion is yours, mine is mine, and I'm good with both. I don't have to push my way into lines. It's a very calming piece of me now that I've cast the ego aside. And that comes with healing, that comes with using sound. You raise your
Mm-hmm.
vibration and you look around and you just see people racing around like little rats sometime.
Wow.
And I don't want that for myself. I want to breathe in life and enjoy life. I don't want to argue about
Mm-hmm.
things. I don't want to be in a bar
Mm-hmm.
anymore. I don't drink anymore. And I'm doing that for me because I look around and it's like, I want to be here a long time for my family, for my kids. I want to take care of myself because I love myself now. And that can happen for anybody. Anybody can do
Correct.
that.
Very correct. Very correct. Yes, perhaps that is the reason that whatever information you have, the expertise you have, the experience you have gained, you have written in form of books, and you are the author of so many small and big books, especially that among your published work, The Alchemy of Forgiveness, that stands as a powerful guide for those seeking transformation. Nicole, would you share with us that what inspired you to write the book named Alchemy of Forgiveness?
I love what alchemy is. Alchemy is very ancient. It's turning just metal into gold. And
Oh,
that fascinated me. And how I relate that to myself is going through my divorce, I had so much anger and I had
oh,
animosity, and there were so many negative emotions associated with my divorce that were just
right.
eating me alive, that were making me sick, making me angry. Nothing good was coming from me, and
Hmm.
until I discovered forgiveness. And
Ah,
as that forgiveness took over my life instead of anger, what I was noticing is the anger became calm, the hate became
really?
love. And
Wow.
I just thought, my gosh, forgiveness is like a big miracle, if you will, because it turns all those negative emotions that are eating you alive into positive emotions that are keeping you alive.
Hmm.
And so that's how I came up with that name. And I still, to this day, would tell anybody that you can change yourself if you want to. You have to
Please
want to.
repeat. Please repeat. Please repeat again.
Yeah. And it's not easy. Working on yourself is not easy because you have to admit you've done some things wrong, but it can be
Please
done.
repeat the sentence. You can change yourself if you want.
You have to want to, and you have to start. Just you can't bring the other person into it.
Hmm.
It becomes about you, and
Hmm.
you become the important one. And when you want to change, and you look in the mirror and
Hmm.
take responsibility for any actions that you did against someone, that you're sorry for that. I'm so sorry. And I'm your whole world changes when you practice
Wow.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
It really does.
It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't
Zero.
even just you say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
hmm
Yeah.
and
Right.
and it to me, it's not even humbling anymore. It's
Hmm.
necessary. It's
Hmm.
necessary because it it diffuses anger in people. Everyone wants to be right, or everyone wants to, lie about something, or not take responsibility for themselves. And I've actually in work, I will, if I do something, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean. And people are just kind of shocked. They're used to someone coming back at them with, well, it wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. And I just use, I'm sorry. And I truly mean it. And that takes the situation from volatile to calm almost instantly.
But Nicole, no, 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 I don't agree. Why the hell I should say sorry when I am not at the fault? This is the argument I get every time. This is the argument the people get every time. What reply you would like to give to those type of people?
Well, I'm talking about if I did do something hurtful. If I did do something hurtful, that's when I apologize. But if I didn't say something to offend them, I honor their feelings, but I walk away. You know, it's just
Hmm.
I'm not going to be pulled into their drama. I
Ah,
don't want any part of that. I'm not going to argue. I am not going to banter with them. I'm simply going to walk away with my honor.
makes sense, right?
Yeah. Makes life a little bit easier. You know, sometimes you argue and there's no win. So where does it stop? For me, it stops before it starts.
Well, Nicole, I have got hundreds of more questions to be asked, and the way you are giving the reply, it seems that you are giving a true, honest, and the reply that comes from the bottom of your heart. They are so touching, so effective, so powerful. But time doesn't allow me. Let me
Oh,
change my gear and come to the second part of my session, and that is the rapid fire question, where I'll be asking you the questions. I request you to give the
mhm.
shortest reply. And for that, here is the first question that I'm asking you, Nicole. If forgiveness had a color, what would it be and why?
It would be pink, and because
Uh
pink
huh.
is very calming. Pink is a
Uh
calm
huh.
color. And that's what I want you to be when you forgive. I want you to bring calmness into your life.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. My second question is, what's the most surprising thing that you have learned about forgiveness in your 10 years healing journey?
The most surprising thing was to me was learning to love myself. I didn't know that was possible.
Oh,
And when I found out that I could do that, that changed my life.
mm, yeah. Anyway, I promise to you, I was doing, but I was not doing with that much of faith. But now, from now itself, from today itself, I will again start practicing and I will be doing, I'll be practicing the way you have said. I promise you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Wow. Here is the next question, Nicole. How did you discover your chair audience ability?
How did I discover what?
Your clear audience ability.
I have been clairaudient since I was a child. I
Hmm.
used to, it sounds weird, but I used to do seances in my playhouse when I was about 10. I heard things, I felt things. I used to have something like grab. I have been this way literally almost since birth. And then as I got a little bit older, I learned to tap into the universe through meditation. That's the quickest way to do it.
Ah, well, still I have got so many short questions to be asked, but the
Okay.
time do not allow
Oh.
me. But anyway, before we leave, I would love to have a reply from you that what message you would like to give to our audience.
I think the biggest takeaway that I would like people to understand
Hmm?
is if you don't love yourself, you can actually harm people with your words. Our
Please
words,
repeat it. Please repeat it. Please repeat it.
I, if you don't love yourself, you can do more harm to people than good. Because the minute you love yourself, everything changes about you. The way you talk to people,
Oh.
the way you respect people. Even if you don't agree with them,
Hmm.
you can walk away with respect because it's their opinion. You don't need to argue. You don't need to go to football games or basketball games and get in fights because a team won or lost. You just let
Hmm.
everything flow and it will turn out okay because the minute you surrender to your higher self and to the universe, you are giving it over to a much higher power and a much more intelligent power than you are. And your life will just flow.
Super. Beautiful reply.
Thank
Well,
you.
So at the end, before I say thank you to you, I sincerely pray the universe to give you all strength, wisdom, ability, time, power to keep on doing the wonderful work that you are doing for the society, for yourself, and for the everyone. May God bless you. And with a very small request, please spare some time for us as and when we call you and do spread such wonderful message to all so that the people who are listening can definitely make an impact or a change in their life. Thank you once again. Thank you, Nicole. And we say namaste, a big namaste to you. So
Namaste
natural.
to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Loved it. It was too good.
Thanks.
Thank you.